Do you think gravitational waves are simply invisible gravitational lines swinging through the universe? In energy filament theory, it's not about some lines vibrating. It's the entire tension landscape, or the energy sea, that undulates. Objects like planets and lights don't just follow some invisible lines. They are compelled to change their paths as they travel across this dynamic, breathing tension slope. But how do textbooks explain it? According to general relativity, gravitational waves are the ripples in the fabric of spacetime. When two black holes merge, they create powerful fluctuations in this fabric, like a blanket being stretched and pulled rhythmically. The LIGO observatories detect these ripples as stretching and compressing of the space rulers along with the waves, which is how they measure the waves we detect. This explanation gives you a beautiful picture of geometry vibrating. But it leaves out the most crucial part. Is there something beneath this geometric fabric that is actually moving? What's happening at the core level that causes the space to ripple? And what does this mean for how we understand these waves? In energy filament theory, the foundation beneath everything isn't a smooth, invisible geometric fabric, but a vast, dynamic sea of energy. This sea isn't some static, unchanging backdrop. It is capable of being stretched, wrinkled, and woven with textures. Gravity, from this perspective, is not simply a geometric curve. It's the large-scale slope of this tension sea. Gravitational waves, in turn, aren't waves traveling through a curved space but are, actually, fluctuations in the slope of the tension sea itself. These waves occur when the entire tension slope vibrates in a rhythmic manner, created by extreme events such as the merging of two black holes. Think of it like this. Imagine holding up a piece of fabric or a tension map and shaking it. What happens? The fabric changes from a smooth incline to a much steeper slope, and then levels off again. This is what happens when gravitational waves are generated. It's a shift in the tension gradient. This change causes the local curvature of spacetime to fluctuate, creating a ripple-like effect that propagates across the universe. Now, let's think about how this works when black holes merge. The merging black holes are not just pulling on the fabric of spacetime. They are violently pushing and pulling on the underlying energy sea itself, forcing the sea's tension to fluctuate dramatically. These fluctuations cause the slope of tension to shift from one that is static and steep to one that undulates rhythmically over time. The effect ripples outward in the form of gravitational waves, much like the pulses of a drumbeat, traveling through the universe. When scientists use an interferometer, like LIGO, to measure gravitational waves, they are essentially using two perpendicular twisted light filaments that relay information back and forth along this undulating slope. These filaments are highly sensitive to slight shifts in the rhythm of the tension sea. As the sea's tension fluctuates, these filaments experience tiny shifts in their rhythm, creating an interference pattern that we can measure. This is the vibration that is detected by our instruments. In this model, gravitational waves aren't some kind of ethereal, abstract force. Instead, they are the manifestation of the entire energy sea's collective movements. When the sea itself vibrates, we observe everything it supports: planets, stars, lights altering their trajectories collectively in response to these changes. Just like a pebble causes ripples on the surface of a pond, the changes in tension in the energy sea create waves that ripple outward and affect everything that moves through it. As these waves propagate, they stretch and compress everything they touch. But it's not just the geometry that changes, it's the rhythm of the tension field itself that shifts. And that is what we observe as gravitational waves. Gravitational waves aren't merely ripples in spacetime. They are the direct result of the energy sea's undulating, dynamic behavior. This dynamic sea, shifting and pulsing, causes objects within it, planets, lights, stars, to adjust their paths, in sync with the vibrations and shifts of the underlying tension. The observed ripples are a direct consequence of the interplay between the geometry of spacetime and the fluctuations of the sea itself. Tap follow, share it on New Physics, Clear Universe.